12.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls.
My word.
Hello, I'm your host and GM for the night, William Banner, coming to you live from the interweb with our colorful cast of characters. Of course, we have Garl, played by Matthew.
Woo.
If overwhelming force isn't solving your problems, it's not overwhelming force. You're just weak.
We have Cassandra, played by Abby.
I'm this close. I'm not sure to what, but I'll let you know when I find out.
That hit a little harder than I wanted it to.
Nimbus, played by McKenna.
It's Will's birthday. Everybody wish him a happy birthday.
Vengeance.
And just like that, McKenna became single again.
Public enemy number one.
And we have Cooper, played by Lynx, or Lynx played by Cooper.
Every day the line blurs more and more.
Yes,
And we're here to see it. It's amazing.
it is.
I enjoy it.
But before we begin with the show proper, a few announcements being, number one, we have other shows on the channel, such as The Calling Chronicle. It's our D&D 5e adventure. They're about to enter tournament arc. Everyone's frozen. I have no internet. Oh no!
Nope.
You're back.
We're back. You went super robot there for a second.
I lost my internet for a few moments there. That was scary.
You're all good.
I hate the internet.
But as I was saying, and I'm going to cut it out with that voice now, we have other shows like The Calling Chronicle on Friday. They're about to enter a fun little tournament arc where they're going to be throwing Fae into fire in hopes of getting a god to come out of the fire that they've been just sitting in and warming up in. Then we have...
Blood for the blood god.
On Saturday evening, a special bonus stream. As there is an imposter among us. And we are going to be, as a group with the cast, playing a game of Among Us with everyone that can show up. And it'll be
It is not me. I love being a human being with skin.
Mm-hmm.
I, too, enjoy not eating my coworkers.
I love skin.
That is my... Treachery is my least favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and chat, I apologize.
I'm
My
afraid.
internet's tanking tonight. Holy boy. My internet's tanking tonight, chat. I apologize.
What will be, will be.
Yeah.
Okay, Syrah.
Oh boy. We're on. They're spicy tonight.
We really are. Here, I'm going to try doing this. I don't think it will have anything to do with it, but I have taken my cell phone off of Wi-Fi in hopes of freeing up some space.
It seems to have fixed the entire issue.
Yep. But those are all of our announcements. Bonus stream on Saturday for some fun Among Us times. Just basically how I'm celebrating my birthday. And, yeah. We'll get into the intro and then we'll get right into the show. Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, our party of dangerous duos, and yeah, there's 4 of them now, dangerous duos, 2 of them in fact, went deep underground into an old arcane lab that they discovered that Cassandra had a major part in its operations. Upon discovery of proto-garls that had been turned into oozes, they led the ooze through the entirety of the underground arcane labyrinth and had it fight off with a fearsome beast straight from Corellia's nightmares. After the two monsters finished themselves off, Lynx placed some well-placed alchemical bombs throughout the room to finish the ooze off, and the party collected a number of treasures. Then, continuing to explore the area, they went downstairs, even lower into this arcane repository, where they discovered a large crystalline structure, very similar to the one they found in the Magicguard Wastes, and standing in front of it, a much older version, looking of Corellia, Cassandra, who the party recognized now as the Baba Yaga that once held a contract with Elisandra and her soul.
And her soul.
After a bit of banter, the party made it very clear that they were done with this Baba Yaga's business, so they began to strike out at the illusionary visage in front of them. However, in response, the Baba Yaga used their power to condense and surround Corellia in a torrent of darkness that held her in place. And we are picking up right there as the Baba Yaga's madly cackling.
God, it feels like she's been doing that for a week.
Nor, it's true.
Is there anything we can do to potentially grab Cassandra and not have her be?
I would like to point out that this was precipitated by Garl attempting to stab the illusion in the throat into the crystal. So Garl, looking at all this, the only thing that she can think to do is worry the blade around in the neck.
Fair enough. Nim, do you try to grab Corellia out from the darkness?
Is that something I can do? Is she even visible?
You could certainly try.
I'll mage hand it.
Mage Hand doesn't have the capability to grab a person.
Yeah.
It's too many
Well,
levels.
it might not be able to grab her out, but it might be able to grab her and see if she's in there.
Oh yeah, definitely grab
Oh,
something
she's-
in there.
Ooh.
Well, thanks for the bits.
I can hear the distant memory of Mark patiently explaining what Mage Hand can and cannot do.
Cassandra, you feel your hair tugged a bit.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Give me a second to think about it. Give me a second to think.
5.
I don't think you have many seconds, bestie.
I
The
know.
darkness continues to swirl and it becomes more intense.
It's getting cozy in here.
Ah, fuck it. I'll try to grab her out.
Okay, so Nim, as you grab it, the darkness latches onto your form as well, and there's now a shadow cocoon around Nimbus.
Oh no, it's the Venom symbiote.
Yes, you're not quite ready for his arrival. I think it's important I prepare all of you, says the Baba Yaga, as tendrils begin to fire out of these shadowy pods and just cover every one of you in one of these shadowy cocoons.
Gross.
Very gross. Do not care.
And as the party's
One
vision-
star on Yelp.
As the party's vision begins to fade, they find themselves in what appears to be a demiplane, very similar to what the Baba Yaga once inhabited. However, this one is just a flat, sort of circular platform of stone. And from the area around it, creatures made from darkness begin to claw out. But before our party deals with that, we're now going to jump. And we're also going to jump a little bit back in time
Ooh.
to a new set of characters.
A hop, a skip, and
Gwen, you find yourself being towed by a Treladelian warship up a river and to what appears to be a large encampment. The entirety of your airship's systems are down. Everything is broken. You were effectively shot out of the sky.
What is my current condition?
You're fine. The airships have immense safety features. They are like a Ford, built tough, and they can withstand getting hit by a semi.
Are you Canadian?
Yes.
we're not sponsored by Ford.
Was I basically immediately captured, or was there any point where I was trying to survive on open water.
You were shot down, and then, like, interesting thing Gwen saw, arcane gates kind of opened up, and these ships sailed through them.
That seems like cheating.
Like ship-sized
what
dimension
point?
doors.
At what point do I receive that sending from Nimbus asking if I was okay?
Not yet.
Ooh.
Damn. I'm a goddamn liar.
But yeah, so, Gwen, you yourself are currently being towed along, and it's about another 5 hours of being towed when you would then receive the sending from Nimbus. And then after that, you are brought into a large holding area, like a large inland lake. And your ship is basically pushed off to the side. And now, looking out of the window, you see several other airships, these ones on ground, thankfully, that have basically been anchored to the ground, and a number of, tents and things being built around them. You also see one of the largest airships, a luxurious Viatori airship that you would recognize as the Viatori Royale.
I have one more question.
I have one more answer.
Do I look like Gwendolyn Buka at the moment, or do I look like Scarlet Knight?
Well, that would be the question for you to answer yourself.
It's hard to say, because I think Scarlet Knight might actually be more recognizable than I am. So I guess I will just do something terrible, and I will muss my hair and maybe rub a little dirt on my face so that I'm not quite so recognizable.
Fair enough.
But you're so sexy.
I'm so hot. What can I... crazy.
It's at that moment that we'll jump to our other three. Beatrix.
Oh, hello.
Refurb. And
Abby, that's you.
Veronique.
Veronique.
Why don't you guys describe yourselves a little bit?
Well, I suppose I could go first. I'm Beatrix. I'm just a simple grease monkey. Been known to invent a few things here and there. Know my way around a sprocket and a gear. Got myself a interesting bit of power armor I've been working on. You might call it my magnum opus. And I seem to be found myself in a bit of a pickle here.
Joined, of course, is by Veronique, one of the mercenaries that is contracted with the Viatori people.
Sorry. I don't know why. As soon as you said Veronique, I was like, ah, yes, the character Veronique. And then realized, wait a second, that's me. I envision Veronique, because there's no description for her.
Yep.
I envision Veronique as a very almost Mercy character, like Mercy Overwatch, if you're not familiar. But I do imagine this kind of well-to-do, a little bit on the quieter side ASMR with the whole eye glowing and everything. She is a cleric. There is this sort of well-to-do and uppity energy about her because she is a cleric. I almost think Cassandra, but a little bit more confident.
Fair. And then, of course, there's also Refurb, an automaton that y'all just got working again. Abby, you want to describe what they look like?
Yeah, Refurb is an automaton. So a lot of metal going on. I imagine pretty tall, stronger than they look, I think. Not too intimidating looking right off the bat,
And
until you get a
also-
close-up view.
They also do have something built into their arm, if you want to tell us what that is.
Yes, they have a great pick attached to their arm, built in.
Rightfully so.
And yeah. The three of you are kind of sitting in what is essentially the engineering bay of the Viatori Royale. They are of the Illustrious, the largest ship in the Viatori's flotilla of airships. You're waiting there. Veronique, you've been assigned to Beatrix, as they're kind of like a key person who, once this shimmering field gets away, like once Treladar lets the Viatori people out, she's going to be the person to get everyone up and running again. And Refurb, you were brought back online by Beatrix, so as far as you are concerned, she is someone to protect because she can help you out.
Rise and shine, gorgeous.
Veronique sighs.
I mean, you got to keep a chipper attitude. Ain't nobody never fixed an engine by cussing and spitting alone.
She writes this down on a clipboard, not really replying to you, but she does take note of it.
Studious, I like that.
It's at that moment that you all hear some like swearing and some crashing, and then
dear.
falling out of what appears to be a pipe coming down here is a younger boy, now 14 years old, with sort of like short dark hair and like a whole bunch of mess around them. It's Lucian.
Can I try and catch him?
Yeah, if you want, you can make me a reflex to try to catch Lucian.
The first child Ray ever slapped.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, you managed to catch Lucian. It's like, oh, thanks, Beatrix. I really appreciate that.
Well, be careful there, little buddy.
Yeah, I know. I was just, I was told to come down here and fetch you. Apparently they found one of our ships floating in the middle of the ocean, and the Treladelian Navy pulled it in. We need to go and take a look at it and get it back onto land.
Can I do a very off-to-the-side perception to see if he's hurt at all?
Sure.
Just as a medic.
Ooh.
It looks like this child has been running themselves ragged. Like, they need a nap. You can tell they're physically tired.
I don't think that I have anything that I could perhaps give him, not like a tonic or anything.
Fantasy Red Bull.
Fantasy Red Bull.
I mean, I may have like a fridge installed in this suit or something. Do I have like a juice box for the kid?
Yeah, if you want. I'll let you have a fridge installed in your suit. It's on one of the legs.
Yeah, it just opens up and like psst, little juice box with a bunch of smoke comes out. It's got a happy little sun on it.
Thank you.
Need to keep your energy up there, little fella.
Yeah, I know. I've been working like triple shifts keeping this place in check. Drinks.
Remember, when if you're not good and you're not careful, the little fiery devil will come out and slap you.
Oh, God, you don't need to remind me.
Veronique
always
motions
watching.
over to him as well. For him to come over to her.
Yeah, he comes over. But you guys, I really appreciate the help. But you guys really need to get, and then, yeah.
She puts a hand on his head, gives him a very gentle stroke down his hair, and grabs him by the chin, gives him a little shake. Go take a nap. And she casts guidance on him. You need a nap.
Okay, I do. I haven't slept in like 2 days.
It shows. You need a nap.
That's not good, correct?
No, that isn't. Us organics, they do need to rest on occasion. We have biological systems that cannot run consistently over long periods of time.
Refurb will just lean over the child and say, "Do what they say," and straighten back up.
And they just like look at you. It's like, huh. You know, Refurb, you're really getting the hang of yourself. That's good to see. It's like, okay, I'll go have a nap. Yeah. And they begin basically they go to like crawl back into the vent. They realize, oh right, it's broken. They leave through the door and then take the long way up.
Veronique shakes her head and also writes this down on her clipboard to check in with him later.
Refurb, you have like a perfect memory, right?
Do I?
Do I?
Do you want to?
I mean,
Sure, I'd love a perfect memory.
Fine.
Same.
Points up at the vent. if you can remind me later to fix that up, that's at the very least a safety hazard.
Safety hazard.
Got it.
What does that mean?
Anyway, we got a task ahead of us. Get off our keisters and get in gear, I suppose. Get in gear. It's a little inventor humor, if you don't mind.
I think I have gears.
I mean, it's very likely.
Mm-hmm.
As you all exit the area, waiting for you are several Treladelian Guards. Basically in this like full Magitech armor. They have like these like purples and greens. Think of them like Eldritch Stormtroopers.
Oh, good. They can't hit anything then.
Okay. Purples and greens.
Hit them with rocks
I
and
didn't
stones
say
thrown
anything.
by teddy bears.
Purples and greens with like these like Magitech rifles that they're holding.
Purples and greens. So they work for Lex Luthor?
Yeah. Reaper will turn to Beatrix and say, "They look like eggplants."
The
Engineer,
aubergine
we have
soldiers.
found one of your vessels in the ocean. We've been told that you're the one assigned to get it up and running and onto land again. Please come with us.
Sure. Sounds just peachy.
Excellent. Please enter the middle of our formation, and like these 6 Treladelian soldiers step out and like leave room for the 3 of you in the middle of them.
I mean, I always wanted to be popular.
And yeah,
Why
they
is
begin,
it peachy?
It's a turn of phrase. I'm fond of peaches, and so I might think of a situation that is good or interesting as peachy. I'm attributing a positive quality from one thing to a situation.
Well, that's just oily.
You're getting it. You're getting it.
And
Every
yeah,
now and again, Veronique just puts her head onto the clipboard and gives it a very light rap against her forehead.
I'll turn to the guards and be like, "Do you find that eggplanty?"
keep walking, robot. And they kind of like shove you with their rifle.
I can't believe C-3PO is a party member.
I whisper to Veronique, you know, I try to be kind of considerate and thoughtful towards other people, but I really don't care for these fellows.
And yeah, they
I
lead
don't
you
think you
out
should.
of the Illustrious onto like the grounds, this like Treladelian base basically, where you see several large towers that have some sort of like arcane turrets on them pointed inwards, some spotlights. It's like a massive prison yard of airships.
Gross.
And they lead you to a cropping of like a lake, where basically pulled to the side now is a half submerged airship. If you want, you can make me a engineering check.
Oh, I do have that to lore.
I don't think I do.
Hello.
Engineering
29. I'm still off put by our eggplanty escort.
29. That airship was shot down.
Oh dear, I hate to see such a wonderful work of craftsmanship so rough handled.
Engineer, make your repairs. Let us know if you find anything in there.
I mean, are you looking for something specific, like golden Treladelian coins or something? Because that'd be exciting.
People.
Oh, I suppose that's exciting too. Do we have a medic handy if someone is injured?
Veronique looks at you as though she's insulted.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, Veronique. The clipboard threw me off. I mistook you for like an assistant for a moment. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds rude.
Porque no los dos.
Beatrix has become...
Your native language is so beautiful.
And yeah, they have like a small, like, basically like a dock. Like, you know those like lake docks that are just tires? They basically have like a lake dock set up for you to walk to the airship. And they have it so that one of the portholes is up, basically, for you to open up.
Hope these aren't leaching chemicals into the water. Anyway, oh yeah, let's check this out.
Yeah, you begin to open up the airship, and Gwen, you hear basically one of the higher hatches opening. What do you do?
Stabs me in the face.
I'm hiding.
So yeah, you retreat into one of your smuggling compartments that you've built into this thing.
Ooh, Han Solo.
And yeah, B, you open it up, and inside is an airship. The inside of an airship. If you guys want, you can make me perception checks.
Absolutely. Ooh.
I did press it twice. I don't know.
It's very neat. Nice.
We're all average.
Yeah, you're all able to look around the airship decently well. You find a couple of things. Number one, Beatrix and Veronique, you'll be the ones to find it. It's essentially a serial number of the airship. When looking at it, Beatrix, you would know that this is an airship that was stolen from the flotilla a few months back.
Well, I'll be damned. In fortune, a fickle little thing. Never thought I'd see this one again.
Eventually, you all make it down to like the lower deck area, right where Gwen is hiding. Gwen, you do see all of them, and you would technically recognize Beatrix.
That's true, at least from Nim's description. So no one from Treladar knows I'm here. Do I have any idea what they're planning on doing with this ship?
Nope.
I'm looking around and poking at any obvious damage. I'm obviously probably trying to repair things.
If there are any heavy things you need assistance with, I can help.
I mean, could you maybe carry me back? That would be nice, maybe.
Yes.
I mean, you got such strong and shiny looking arms.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Me. Veronique laughs at this and just makes a very small note of that on her clipboard yet again.
Wait, don't. What are you writing down? Don't write that down.
Oh, that's fair. I didn't make that like a hidden thing, huh? She'll look at you and just you're so fickle, you're so funny, and goes back to monitoring the situation.
Do you require her to stop writing? I can break her arms.
I mean, no, please don't do that.
Then I won't.
There is a hole in the hull here. Let's maybe try and bend some of the metal back into place, and it might make it easier to patch it up.
Okay.
Shit. Make me an athletics check.
Yay! Like the one check I've never gotten to make.
Literally.
Damn!
Yeah!
Wow.
Refurb just bonks the metal, and it just the hole almost seals itself. Like, B, you figure a little bit of patchwork now, and that'll be fine.
Oh,
I
do
fixed
declare. Oh my. Oh my.
Can
Such
we
a-
fix it? Yes, we can.
I gotta say, just watching you in motion is a thing of beauty.
Thank you. That was a compliment.
Indeed, it was.
I must say, I
like when you're
feel
gone.
a little useless here. The only medicine
no.
that needs to be administered is for our technical friend here.
Well, don't sell yourself short. You are a inspiring and welcoming presence. Just by being here, you're lighting up the room.
You flatter me. She turns back to the way we came just to make sure that nothing else is out of line while the two of you work.
Yeah, make me another perception check, Veronique.
Everybody, or
No, just
Veronique.
Yeah, so Veronique, as you're looking around, you can find basically inside what would have been used to be a storeroom, like a small bedroom has been set up.
This intrigues the Veronique. She makes no noise as she starts to investigate this.
It's like a hammock, and then there's some like creature comforts in there, like a pillow.
Any letters from someone named Nim?
Technically, there would be, yeah.
Held, close.
I make no show of this
They're in the
to
pillowcase.
the other two of them, but I will try to investigate this further.
Yeah.
Can I find these letters if I investigate further?
Yes, you found the letters. You found them as
Oh,
part
okay.
of it. They're in the pillowcase. They are addressed to a person named Gwendolyn.
They smell of roses.
I hold on to these letters, and I do put them under the other paperwork that I have on the clipboard.
Nice. In our main room, the two of you have just finished up patching that hole. So now water has stopped coming into the ship.
Yay! We're not gonna
It
drown.
appears as
I mean,
though
any day you don't
Treladar-
drown is a day to be thankful for.
Yeah, it appears as though Treladar did like a quick patch job on the sea with some like arcane netting, but nothing that would hold for very long. This will solve it.
I don't mean to disparage others' work, but this is just shoddy craftsmanship. This patch on such a lovely ship too. It's oof. This gets my biscuits boiled.
Not my biscuits.
You have such a pride in your work.
I was unaware biscuits could be boiled.
Well, they can't. It's not the correct process for biscuits. That's why I'm so out of sorts.
It makes them mushy and soft.
Yeah, I mean, easier to eat, but that's not the experience you're looking
But
for.
at what cost?
It's at what cost? And
Gwen,
biscuits.
you're in your compartment hearing all of this.
Roll to not laugh.
Gwen is just sitting there like, oh my god.
Way.
I honestly, there is nothing that anyone has said so far that would lead me to believe that they are not immediately going to sell me out to Treladar. So unfortunately, I think I will be making the boring choice, which is to not say anything
Make me
yet.
another stealth
I don't
check.
blame you.
Hidden.
Boy, do I not like Treladar.
Make me another stealth check.
I mean, hypothetically, if I had to turn someone over, I don't think I would do it right away.
Veronique will actually bring it up. I've been meaning to do this for a little
Another
bit. Another one.
Okay, so with the 28, yeah, you guys continue to work a bit, and basically as you're all looking around, as you're all kind of like looking around and like doing maintenance work on the ship, you'll hear from like that hatch like a banging of like the butt end of like one of those rifles.
Oh.
Engineer, is the ship operational yet? Can we have a report?
I mean, operational is a complicated phrase. The ship may function for a limited time, but I cannot speak with confidence to its reliability or length of operation. I really could use a little bit more than 10, 15 minutes.
Hurry up with your work.
That was not a compliment.
It is not. They are not complimentary people.
I will be back.
Oh
No,
wait,
no.
I will walk to the guards
Oh, no.
and say, and in an intimidation voice, say, "Let Beatrice work, please."
Make me an intimidation check.
Oh dang!
Nice.
I said, "Please."
They
I said please.
they take a moment and they say, "Hurry up, you ungifted slob," and they basically walk back.
That was not a compliment.
Keep
Now,
in
I will-
mind,
compliment.
ungifted is what a lot of Treladarians call people who can't use magic.
Yeah.
You know, I will put up with a lot of things when lumped upon myself, but I do not care for people disparaging my comrades. That is beyond the pale.
I'm afraid they may have been talking about you.
Oh, that can't be true. I mean, engineering is its own kind of magic.
I
I
don't like them.
And that is a valid feeling. That is a valid emotion you have there, my wonderfully engineered friend.
Motion.
Gwendolyn. I am so sorry.
No,
Beatrix.
Oh wait, I was like, ugh.
That was actually good. That caught my moment. I thought you were gonna do something really dramatic there, like, "We know you're here."
Whoops. Not me ruining the moment.
So, when dear,
Beatrix,
Yes.
why do you think they want us to report on if there are people held up in the ship?
I suppose I hadn't really thought about that. Beyond general interest. Oh dear. Now that I think about it, they probably want to make him a prisoner, much like we are, don't they?
I think you may be right.
Oh, I don't
you're
think.
prisoners?
I mean, technically, our freedom is being constrained in the broader sense.
I don't like that.
No, it is an undesirable situation from any angle.
It's okay.
I mean, no, it's not, but it is the situation.
I think I will take that as my cue to step out and be like,
What did you say, prisoner?
I suppose we're all in an unfavorable situation then.
As they push up on like a hatch in the ground that is not built to specification, Beatrix. That is an addition that someone put into one of these ships.
Oh, that is fascinating. Oh my goodness, there's a person in the floor.
Beatrix, you would recognize that as Gwen because Nim has described them to you.
Oh,
Veronique doesn't recognize her though, does she?
Nope.
oh. Why do I feel like I know you?
The pickaxe is out.
Gwen makes like a silly little show of like, my hands are up. If I am not greatly mistaken, you and I have a mutual acquaintance.
Oh, do we?
Do you remember one Nimbus Evangelina Malthea Saint Altair?
You know,
Not the name
enough,
drop.
I probably wouldn't have been able to name the name, but the memory of hearing that name and thinking, oh dear, that's a long name. She's such a pretty woman.
Gwen puts one hand down just to like titter a little bit.
One person has many names.
This
Yes.
is true. Not always necessary, but sometimes people feel, to fancy it up a bit. Or their parents do, I suppose.
I suppose if you are prisoners, I am no ally of Treladar. Perhaps the enemy of my enemy can be my friend?
Oh, I'm sorry for a second there. I thought you were saying you are Noella of Treladar, but no ally of Treladar. Sorry.
No ally. No. That's a pretty
You're
name.
you're
That's a pretty name.
sometimes
Oh,
people with their
a
fancy
Noelle
ways
of
of speaking.
Treladar.
Noella.
Ella. It's like novella, but a name.
I think I heard of a Noelle once, but she was a maid.
I hate it here.
Refurb is still processing the phrase "the enemy of my enemy is my friend," trying to like.
Gwen is just like watching the literal gears turn.
Quite possibly, literally, yeah.
Veronique
Don't
motions.
you dare, Well. Don't you dare.
Veronique motions with her clipboard over to your little nesting area. Is this your handiwork?
Oh, the hammock and the pillow?
Handiwork is handiwork.
Handiwork is handiwork.
I mean, I can't say I approve of unscheduled modifications to the ship, but I suppose,
Oh, you mean this?
that as
Point to
well.
the
I was gonna segue into that. Oh dear.
My question for you, Will, is that something that Gwendolyn did herself, or is that something that
That
perhaps
probably would have been an
Elisandra helped her?
Elisandra Gwendolyn team up.
Mm.
A
I
Gwelisandra,
should
if you will.
introduce you to my comrade.
I mean, I always like meeting new people. Like, look, I didn't know these two very well apart from a week ago, and now we are best bosom buddies.
Waves pickaxe.
Yeah, look at that. It's great.
You could say that.
Charming.
This one here is Refurb, Marvel of Engineering and Science in Motion, and we got Veronique, who is she's just the best.
Veronique gives Gwendolyn a very slow up and down just to see if she's hurt at all.
When
With a nat 20.
up and downs
Oh.
you too.
There's probably
Ooh.
like a slight sprain in her ankle.
She motions to the whatever leg that the sprain is in and asks how long it's been hurting.
Oh, roughly since my ship got shot out of the sky. Well, your ship, theoretically.
It's not mine now. She motions to you, pulls out a small little first aid kit from her side bag. Jesus.
I climb out my little hatch and...
Oh, Refurb, can you maybe make a bit more noise, like we're still working on the hull and everything? Make sure it doesn't sound like we've just stopped working.
Yes, I can.
You can make a deception check, Refurb.
Oh, damn.
Deception check. Ooh, let's see how that goes. That's deception.
I mean, you've been rolling so well tonight. Oh,
There it is.
I
Wait,
tempted the fate. Why did I tempt fate?
that's deception. Was that what she was supposed to roll?
Yep.
Yeah.
So with your
Oh, whoops.
deception, you begin making noises, but the noises are more concerning. Clearly, as like one of the soldiers
Fuck.
kind of like walks towards like the top area again, bangs on it with
Dive
their
for
gun,
the
and
hatch.
says, "Engineer, if you find any survivors, we need to report them to processing."
I mean, there's nowhere really designed for anyone to hide on this ship. So I imagine if there was anyone in here, you would have seen them already, unless they had done sort of crazy modifications. But no, they wouldn't have done that. No one would do that. Who would do that?
The entire time that this conversation is happening, wow, Veronique is administering
You
to
are good at your
Gwendolyn.
Quality.
And once she is done, she gives her like a very nonchalant wink. Nothing suggestive, just
Just like
take care of
I
yourself.
gotcha.
yeah.
So-
And she'll walk up the stairs
Here's
when
my
she is
challenge.
done and motion to the guard, saying there was no need for me to be here.
Okay. So the guard kind of looks you up and down. Are you wanting to wait, or do you want to? Are you wanting to wait for the rest of your group, or do you want to be returned to your holding area?
I'm letting you know that there's no one here.
Make me a deception check. All right, guards. We'll take this one back to the cells. And they kind of begin. The group of guards begins to escort you away. All 6 of them leaving.
Oh.
Engineer, when you're done, return to your workspace, or you will be found and punished. And they head out.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Well, that sounds awful.
I mean, unless there's mutually consenting parties involved, I don't care for punishment.
Beatrix!
Did I say that out loud?
Haha, oh.
You are a charming one.
Oh, well.
So if they've left, well, I suppose that's for the best. That way I can make it back to wherever you are being held without being processed.
Are you planning some sort of escape, or should I not know that? I know, like, you sneaky folk like to compartmentalize information.
I mean, I certainly don't plan on staying here any longer than I have to.
That is fair.
Ideally, I wouldn't be the only one leaving, but that would be quite the heist, I think.
I should point out that there are a number of large weapon kind of towers around, and that should any sort of attention be drawn, it almost would behoove you to have a smaller target or have ways of avoiding them. I mean, I would like to get our ship out of the way, but we would be just absolutely sitting ducks. I don't believe it is quite possible with those towers still in operation to escape with any craft of significant size.
On a side note, Beatrix, you figure that with the state the ship's in now, it could be moved onto land safely.
The one we're in now?
Yep, so your work effectively in it is done.
Okay. I don't suppose, like, relative to, like, the size of, like, a school bus, how big is this ship?
Probably 2 school buses.
Okay, so no offense, Reefer, but you probably can't pull this thing up on to land yourself.
Or Reaver.
Most likely not. But I could try.
I wouldn't strain your servos. It's probably not even worth a try.
B, you do know that a lot of the
Oh, no, a teal of oil.
are
Well,
being held on the Illustrious, including the Grand Admiral of the Viatori flotilla of airships.
Old Grandpappy Admiral.
Admiral Strongjaw.
Mighty fine jaw he does have, indeed. Well, yeah, we're not in a position, especially not without our Veronique, to make any sort of run for it. But if you can somehow tail us back to our ship, there's a modicum of privacy allowed inside, and who knows, we might be able to scheme some sort of scheme.
I do love a good scheme. I don't suppose you have any large duffel bag that you carry your tools in or anything of that nature?
I'm afraid not. Most of my tools are sort of integrated into my armor, and the armor itself is portable. And I twist a little thing on my armor chest, and like the thing from Iron Man 2 in reverse, it all just sort of like collapses into segments, and then just kind of pools into this like almost like a baby carrier on the front of my chest, but it's the armor kind of condensing into just like a shape that just hangs there. I'm afraid you couldn't fit in that.
No, I imagine not.
I'm just trying to think if we have anything on me that could assist you.
Do you have any large crates on board?
Oh,
Possibly.
Yep.
that's a good point.
I could carry spare material. You taught me quotation marks. I'm using them.
You
Spare
taught me that.
material.
Every day you learn something new is a joy and a marvel to witness.
Have we made synths? Maybe. Was it worth it? Yes.
Have we made what?
Synths.
It's a Fallout 4
It's a
reference, I
Fallout
think.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
Let me gather some things. I think I do go for my letters. I don't know if
They are gone.
Letters that are not there anymore.
I wasn't sure if she took them completely or if she.
Yep, she put them on her clipboard.
Can I do a perception check, Will, to find something that we could maybe hide Gwendolyn in?
You can easily find one. A crate.
Okay. Just in case, though,
Mhm.
is there anything I can pile on top of her inside the crate to do a double layer of
Make
deception?
me an engineering check.
Okay.
Yeah, you find some materials that
Excuse me.
would be light enough that they wouldn't crush a person if they were put on top of them.
Okay. Yeah, here's an aluminium sprocket.
Clever. Is there any more of my personal effects on the ship?
Other than what you have on you, no.
I don't even know what I have on me because there's nothing in my inventory.
Just like, Gwen's regular clothing and weapon, e.g. her fists.
A cool crimson mask, perhaps?
Yeah. There's the vigilante outfit on you.
That's true. My hat of disguise.
God, I love Persona 5.
A fake mustache?
A fake mustache!
That was actually given to Gwen by Garl.
Oh god, what is it made out of?
Excuse me. I don't suppose either of you have seen a stack of letters addressed to me?
No, I'm afraid I didn't see any sort of personal effects to that matter. I didn't really go in to look in your little cubby hole. I was mostly concerned with the holes in the hull.
But you would know Veronique went and looked through there.
I mean...
Oh, that's true. I did hear her.
Veronique maybe found something.
Understood.
She has a clipboard.
She does.
I will have to take those back at some
You
point.
could say she's nicely eclipsed.
I get in the box.
I suddenly have a bit of a headache.
Oh no, the psychic damage!
Yes, precisely. Yeah, so a refurb, if you wouldn't mind, I'm sure it won't be anything for you at all to maybe carry this crate. And remember, as you said, it's spare parts. And
Spare parts.
if I've learned one thing from my own tendency to motor mouth, say as least as possible, and thus less likely to be caught in some sort of deception.
Understood.
Yeah, so you guys are able to basically get out with the box, and you begin walking back towards the Illustrious. As you do, half of that patrol comes back. Engineer, what is in the crate?
Mostly just some spare supplies I thought would be more useful to have on the large ship, because, to be fair, there's a lot to repair on the big ship.
Make me a deception check.
Shazbot. Actually, I do have a fair amount in charisma compared to wisdom. All right, deception. Where is it? Alphabetical, you fool. 28.
Not bad!
I kind of stare at you for a minute. We didn't authorize you to take anything off the ship. Automaton, lower the box so we can take a quick look.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm gonna use shameless request to say, please, my joints need oiling. I must return this as soon as possible.
Make me a
Let
diplomacy.
us pass. Diplomacy.
I would like
Persuasion,
to
sorry.
aid. Now I have the
Diplomacy.
cooperative soul thing, so I'm an expert
Yeah,
in
it's
this. I'm a
diplomacy.
master, so I get a success to aid automatically.
Okay. So
I don't
roll
get a critical success.
41, so that becomes that's a success. 41 becomes a 42, which is a success. They say, all right, Automaton, get moving.
I try to walk extra stiff looking.
Nice.
Good.
Oh dear, she needs work.
She needs the milk.
And yeah, you are able to make it back onto the Illustrious and back to your area, where waiting
That
for
was-
you in basically like a hammock that was brought down for them is Veronique.
Refurb, that was just amazing. I am just so impressed with you. Every hour it's a new marvel with you. I love working with you.
Thank you. I enjoy compliments.
I will do my best to keep a steady supply of sincere ones coming.
Let me try. You are a very good leader. Thank you for turning me on.
Oh God, am I the leader?
Wow.
Wait, what was that second
Hear
part?
Gwen go from inside the grave.
Stealth check.
What was that second part?
Thank you for turning me on.
Beatrix
Nicki Minaj
starts
is shook.
red slowly creeping up the whole face. Veronique, clipboard.
Are there any soldiers around us?
No,
Well,
the soldiers tend to leave the people on the Illustrious alone. They only come on if they need to go on. Like otherwise, the Viatori have full run of their own ship. Basically, the entire ship is the cell.
Veronique very nonchalantly pulls out the envelopes from Nimbus.
Oh, hold on. It's like a mailbox. We can slip the letters into the box.
Veronique looks directly at Beatrix and goes, "Shut the fuck up."
I thought it was
Shut the
funny.
fuck up. You never know who might be overhearing.
Me saying mailbox? Is that like a
Letters.
Treladelian curse?
You said letters.
Oh.
But she does very casually push the letters into the box.
Mailbox.
And like I said, the soldiers don't usually come onto the Illustrious unless they have like specific orders to. So it would be
All
safe.
it takes is one fuck up.
Yep.
I'm still holding the box. I don't know when to put it down.
Oh, you can put it down. Also, this might be a little strange, Refurb, but I've been kind of dying for this, and this will just tickle my radish.
Tickle
You have a radish?
Can you say I am fully functional?
I am fully functional.
Delightful. Thank you so much.
I'm combat ready.
Oh well, now I
Well,
have to
I
use
have a
magnets to rip her apart.
You knock that off right now. You
You-
knock it off, mister.
Oh God, is this little side tangent going to end with everyone except Gwen dying?
Probably.
Whee!
Oh boy, it's a suicide mission.
Can I ask something, Will?
Yeah.
At what point did Gwen contact Alessandra?
It would have been the next day, so not yet.
How did I get message through the barrier?
Is it divine magic?
Interesting.
We don't know yet.
Interesting.
We'll find out.
Next time on
Next time on League of Amazing Adventurers, episode 60.
Well, maybe this time. It depends on how quickly you all move.
Hee
I think you hear like a couple of like kicks from the inside of the box. The lid pops off and Gwen kind of just like, all right, so what's the plan?
I thought you might have the plan. I'm but a simple country engineer.
What country do you live in?
I mean, that's fair. We move around quite a bit. I suppose this clang is really the truest home I've ever had. I certainly feel more at home working in the pipes and everything here.
That's fair.
Where are you? I suppose I don't know. Art. I feel like I shouldn't ask too many questions. Like you seem like some sort of high-fluting spy of some kind, hiding out in secret compartments where there shouldn't be.
Now that is a compliment. I suppose you're not entirely far off. And theoretically, if you wanted to, you probably could guess that I'm from Brighthall originally.
I mean, we've been near Brad Hall a few times, I think.
Yeah, a number of times.
I saw it outside the window. Seemed nice.
A radish.
So might understand that nobody here has made any moves towards freedom?
I'm afraid you're quite right.
You. Letters.
I put them in the box, bud.
Fuck.
To be fair,
They didn't
the box had no light, so she may not even notice.
You look down and see letters. Oh.
She gathers them up and puts them very,
All
very
27
carefully into
letters.
some little bag.
Veronique stands with her clipboard, quite like ready to go at any time.
To like take an inventory? What did it do with the clipboard?
No, she's just waiting. She looks very patient, as though perhaps a day of listening to an engineer and a robot flirt with each other may not have been the look.
To be fair, in Refurb's defense, it's probably one-sided. Refurb, what is this thing you call love? I don't know.
I
It's not even fair if
personally,
they have rights.
I think it's
Oh.
adorable. I think it's very cute. But like truly, what the fuck is Veronique doing today? However,
Surviving.
yeah, more or less. She looks to Gwendolyn. I don't think there's anyone here readily equipped to lead an escape plan.
I am not. Just putting that out there in the ether.
You have correspondence with someone.
Not at the moment.
You seem
Uh,
to value your correspondence with that
I
person,
think,
though.
yeah, the letters.
And I imagine, Will, that these letters are probably from possibly before the campaign started, or
Some
were
from
from
before
like
the
very
campaign
early on
started.
in the campaign.
A couple of them are the ones that you left in your apartment for her that were gone.
Cute.
Yes.
Yeah. One of them
I
has a
don't
little
think.
bit of like fire marks on it still from the burning that
Remember
happened.
that?
Oof.
Oh boy.
That is a thing we did.
The first of many war crimes.
I
That was at
That's
least just
not
a normal
war crime.
That's
That's
a
just
a
plain old
crime.
arson.
Yeah. regular crime.
I don't think that I'm well equipped to lead in terms of driving the way.
I mean,
But
unless
whatever
they're
plan we formulate, I will back you up on it.
There are a few leadership opportunities programmed into my system that I have not yet used.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
are you saying you're capable of taking charge?
In theory, perhaps.
Oh my.
I believe that if we give Refurb a directive, that they will follow it all the way through.
There's always the prime directive.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm sorry. Did we even ask your name yet?
How incredibly rude I've been. Gwendolyn.
I think we may have introduced ourselves, but I'm Beatrix again. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, ma'am. What you have an interesting combination of soft but strong hands.
I work very hard on that. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm curious how the mechanics of that work, but I'm not priorities.
she lifts, but also uses lotion.
It's a combination of quite a lot of expensive hand creams and quite a lot of expensive weights.
Huh. The
They're
math
just
seems
more
to...
ergonomic.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise, you risk getting carpal tunnel. But anyway, that's incredibly dull. I have to wonder if... You mentioned you had an admiral, some sort of administrator.
I mean, we have a number of people in the hierarchy of the commander of the ship. We do have the 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 admiral on board, I believe. I'm not exactly where he is being kept.
They're staying in the auditorium where the
But if I had to guess, probably in the auditorium.
Where the auction was held for people who have watched the entirety of the series.
I mean, you know, it's a boring place where I'm sure nothing really interesting that happens. Not a single gear to be seen.
Might be worth talking to them, seeing what they have in mind. At the very least, if they have a way to send information somewhere, I have a solid idea of where we could send it if we needed to get help.
I mean, that sounds like an idea. I have thought about the resources and our situation here, and none of the math's lining up for us, but I don't know if we could introduce an outside variable that could tip the equation on its head. Like a drunk turtle.
It's time to tip the
You
scales.
have the most charming little analogies. Has anyone ever told you that?
Don't they?
I mean, I don't know where they come from, honestly. I think I may have been hit in the head by too many pipes.
I'll have to try that sometime.
I would not recommend
I
it.
wouldn't recommend it either.
No, speaking
That
of
was
being
a
hit
joke.
in the head by
Sometimes
pipes,
I get an awful ringing sound in my ears.
Refurb
Beatrix,
lowers a pipe.
one of the pipes that broke, the section that broke off that Lucian was crawling in. You hear one of them tink, as if they're going to break off again.
Oh,
I will stand on the other side of the room for the moment.
Oh, Gwendolyn.
So let's maybe try and get you... Hold on. Will, we are in the engineering section of the ship.
Yes.
Now, either would there be engineering coveralls or uniforms around, or would we be near where I sleep, where I have some jumpsuits and coveralls and stuff?
Both options are correct.
Because honestly, though you are fab dresser, I'm concerned you stick out like a golden sprocket in an iron factory. So we need to get you into maybe some little more oil-stained clothes, so to speak.
That's true. Gwendolyn is currently, I believe the last time you described her, she was wearing a very Rambo chic outfit.
Yeah.
Which is to say, combat ready, but probably very clean. So yes, she will resign to change into dirtier clothes.
Though, if possible, I find a bag or something that she can carry her actual clothes in.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, like
a
a
rucksack
backpack or
that you got.
Though again, maybe put some other stuff on top of it. A lot of these guards, while they are serious about doing their jobs, they don't necessarily probe terribly deep and don't do a thorough job. Seems like they got a lot on their plate.
Yes, so
Like eggplants.
noticed.
Yes,
Egg.
like eggplants.
I
I'll
made
be
it
honest,
too.
I've never
Regional
actually
dish.
had an eggplant.
Oh, I
Me
have.
neither.
They're a little bitter, rather tough unless you cook them just right. But that's besides the point.
Like me some beans, really. They're functional.
It's an hour and 10
think
minutes
I
to talk
will-
about food.
I think I will put a false bottom in the bag, get a piece of canvas or material, and have the letters, have the clothes, and then have this piece of material, and then put in.
Would an assurance crafting of 29 help with that?
Yes.
It sure would, Bestie. Thank
I mean, as my mama always said, if the ladies don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Because Mama
Are they allowed to find you both?
I'm very possibly, yes. It's getting hot in here. I think might be a radiator broken. I need to go fix that.
Yes, of course.
I think everyone just flirts with you, Beatrix.
I don't know what you mean, Verum. You've never flirted with me.
And I have no intention of changing that.
You see, so not everyone. You need to be more mathematically correct in your assessments.
I
No,
don't
I'm not
sense a temperature
everyone.
change.
I look at Veronique and pat the bottom of my bag where the letters are and go, maybe not everyone, but most people, trust me.
She smiles at you.
Uh, I feel like something's going over my head here, but yes, let's go find the admiral. Yeah.
Yeah, you walk through the ship. It is scarcely populated until you get to that main auditorium, where there is a number of people who basically set up bunks here. Like, it looks like the Viatori, like the people who live on this ship, have all gotten together, and like a majority of them are staying in this room, so that strength, safety in numbers. So there's been like hammocks strung on hammocks from like rafters, and like metal posts that have been pulled out of the ground that would normally be used to like create subdivision walls to make smaller rooms that are being used to hang hammocks. And basically
Appreciate the.
on that central stage area, sitting in front of a large table with a whole bunch of paper on it and like a large map of the area and like specifically of the complex, is a kobold.
Good.
A blue kobold that appears to have like an admiralty jacket on and like a white powdered wig.
Oh boy.
And that is Admiral Strongjaw, the current head admiral of the Viatori.
Um, your admiralship. Do you have a moment?
Ah, yes, of course, Beatrix. Please, come. We have much to discuss. I have been working on some things. There's
He's a
some
bit of a
repairs that
character.
need your attention.
I am repair ready.
Excellent. Ah, come. Oh, are you one of the engineers from the other ship? And they're pointing directly at you, Gwen.
Are there any
Suppose you could
guards
say that.
in here?
No.
Okay.
And like as a rule, the guards avoid this room.
Interesting.
Well, that feels mildly insulting.
Well, they don't want to be like outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear the voice of Garl. Cowards.
they are.
Well,
Anyway, yes, engineer from another ship. Ting, ting, ting.
Engineer,
wink,
interloper.
wink.
Call me what you will.
Fair enough. Well then, Beatrix, if you would be so kind as to join me up here, and the rest of you as well, come. Veronique, I once again thank you for keeping an eye out on Beatrix. I would hate for Trelador to be wrapping their fingers around her neck.
They would not be able to get that close.
I very much like the fact that you managed to restore that creature that Lucian found in the tunnels underneath the ship. But, that being said, come. Beatrice. If you recall, we had collected a number of machines and devices
All right.
from the other ships for repair purposes. However, I think they could be overloaded and create a decently large explosion.
That's an exciting possibility. She starts kind of just going into her own head, imagining the actual processes and the requirements to make that happen. Not actually considering why you'd want to make it happen, but
The Admiral just kind of looks at you, Gwen. Unlike some people, we have been stuck here for a few months now, and we are missing our time in the skies and wish to fly away. It's been made quite clear to us that Trelador has no intention of keeping us around.
They gain by keeping you here.
Well, from what I understand, there's been an influx of Viatori coming to the Illustrious. Some of the smaller ships have had people going missing at night.
And what do they gain from that?
It's Trelador, I cannot tell you. But, hence us wanting to get out of here and escape.
Naturally.
However, blocking our way currently are several towers, producing an arcane barrier. Now, right now, I think I've found a vulnerability. I've had Lucian running around a bit. No one seems to pay attention to the children. And they were able to find one of the towers has a little bit of a crack in its armor. A side door that has often remained unlocked, as there's a break room off of it, but it's seldomly occupied. That could be an entry point, and if you could get in there, Beatrice, if we have the equipment, you could create a small explosion. Perhaps that could weaken the field around this area enough for us to fly away.
The technology.
I mean, the field would be down, but are we concerned at all about them just turning them big towers on us and blowing us full of holes?
That would be the thing. I think, at the very least, if the field is gone, we could possibly get some arcane messages out to perhaps find allies to help us.
That I can help you with. At least I know who to send a sending to. I wouldn't be able to do it myself.
Then we could get that.
I just worry that this is may developed into a bit of an all or nothing gambit. I mean, if we get the field down, we send out some messages, but this will, especially if we do any sort of a explosion of any kind, this will be noticed, and it's very possible the guards will retaliate.
Then perhaps do you think that you could sabotage the tower without exploding it? I know you're an incredibly talented engineer, Beatrix.
Well, I'm an experienced engineer. I'm not sure if talent can be attributed to just day-to-day workings, but I mean, I can certainly try. I'd like to get as many people out as possible. There are families here who live their lives whole on the ship that trusted us to look after them.
Yes, and that is why I am trying to prevent any hardship happening to them.
I mean, and she turns very specifically to look at Gwen. Just, do you think that if you contact, like, do you know someone to contact that you think can help us? Like, there's a lot between us and freedom. Do you know perhaps a group of, capable adventurers?
Perhaps two oracles.
I happen to know just the group. However, at present, they are a little indisposed. I don't suppose you've heard what's going on in the Opal Empire at the moment, or what's left of it.
We've been completely cut off from the rest of the world.
Allow me then to have the sincere displeasure of filling you in as to what's become of the rest of the world.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Yeah, it explains the situation.
Gwendolyn explains a war.
See previous episodes of League of Amazing Adventurers.
Previously on League of Amazing Adventurers.
Fade back.
I have this gramophone.
She does, however, end on the high point of, but Magdia is now free and available, and willing to take a certain amount of refugees.
I mean, that is a sliver of a light, I suppose, in an otherwise dark future.
It's better than nothing.
Mathematically, that is true.
That's what that little crack team is up to at the moment. I think one of them will be quite angry with me when she finds out where I am. But that's my problem and not yours. So, I believe I have a certain individual I can contact back at my home base who would be able to teleport them here with some expediency upon their arrival home from their excursion in the Opal Empire.
I know one thing's for sure. I'm going to have a lot on my hands regardless of what happens.
Won't we all?
I suppose we ain't got nothing to lose. It's probably better than just waiting around for a find what these eggplant villains have for us in store.
Yeah, especially if individuals are going missing. Is there any way to keep more people in here?
Yes, we've been collecting as many people from the other ships as we can.
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
I wonder if you shouldn't prioritize keeping the, what did they call them? Unskilled? Out of
The
Treladar's
ungifted.
hands? Ungifted. What an
I'm
awful.
not sure I care for that term, but it might be appropriate.
If Treladar views them as disposable, that might be what they're doing.
Not many Viatori have skills in magic. We've made up for that with our engineering expertise.
Here, here.
As someone who is ungifted myself, I happen to agree that I don't think it really makes that much of a difference.
All right. So,
But
I know that tomorrow their shifts are going to be kind of strung out. Apparently, there is some sort of a settlement to the south that they are going to go and try to quell. They have apparently, from what I've overheard from the guards, they have a deal with the mayor there to alert them of any suspicious people that might be entering the area.
oh no. Granted, we don't show up there. Our group of characters doesn't show up there for another 3 days.
3 days, but still, now you...
Fuck.
3 days, Fagin.
If possible, I'd love for Gar to go back and rip that guy's head off.
Maybe he was just too scared of us to say anything. He was very
Hopefully.
scared.
But from what I understand, a number of the guards are heading out down there to do a show of strength and collect information from that man. So tomorrow would probably be the best time for us to take our plan into action.
So,
Do we have any idea how we are meant to get across this? Because we're, as I understand it, we are sort of in an oversized kind of like prison camp where opposed to like prisoner housing, we have our airships.
Yes.
And around that, there's a wall with towers.
Imagine it like a heavy secured airfield.
So I'm just concerned that there is wide open spaces between any and all of the ships and the walls.
You will need to figure out how to solid snake it.
All right, so we need a cardboard box.
We need a big, juicy ass.
present.
Fails. Oof. I mean, I wasn't going to say nothing, but...
But damn, you thick.
Continuing on.
A thought occurs. There are a number of ships out here, and some of them are under repair and the like. I wonder if we could set some sort of timer as far away from our objective as possible, and once after a certain period of time, and when we're in position, this device will go off, either make a loud noise, make some smoke or something, draw attention away from where we're trying to get to, and at least give us a distraction so focus is elsewhere.
If you're looking for a
Not so much.
Excellent idea.
Not so much to the extent that they go on high alert and think like, oh, the prisoners are rebelling, quick, shoot everything.
If you're
God, if
looking for a
only.
distraction of that nature, I think I can provide it.
Well, that's mighty kind.
They do expect us to be keeping our ships in a working order. And though we've not had to run anything, a test of our propellers would produce a fair amount of noise and, based on the terrain, kick up a lot of dust into the air.
Well, we could set a specific time. Like, I imagine a lot of people who work on these crazy airships probably have crazy steampunk like pocket watches and stuff.
Yeah. So we could
As long
set
as you're able to be back here safely, I take it you are the one who's capable of sending any kind of messages?
yes, I have a device that allows me to do so.
A device?
Yes, he pulls out what appears to be a small rock that he then flips open. It's basically a flip sending stone.
Well, that rocks.
Yes, this thing has survived explosions, crashes. You know,
It's a
some
fucking
people are
Nokia.
some people have been sticking with like this new messaging stone that's just a slate. Those break so easily. These things can survive explosions.
Interesting. All right, well, you keep yourself safe then, or at
Nokia
least
brown rocks.
since you and your gadgets are rather imperative to this plan.
All right.
So,
I've been thinking about it a little bit, and I think the best option if we can get to this tower is not only to hopefully disable the field in a non attention grabbing way, but if possible as well, set some sort of flaw or malfunction inside one of the because I imagine the field in the tower with the weapon or weapon is probably connected in some fashion, set a way that an error that would only become apparent once they try and fire the cannon.
that is something you could definitely do inside the tower if you tried.
Yeah, stick a sock in a tube.
So,
Yes.
I mean, you work with what you got.
do you have any preparations that you would like to make as characters before the mission the next day?
Should I do the character a little better?
I don't think I have anything preparatory.
Not that I like. I'll just repeat the prep that I've made as a cleric for today.
Okay. Yeah, the night comes and goes. You guys all get a long rest. You all get fully healed. You're all in good positions, and they're setting the timer basically. They'll be able to run the test for an hour, so you will have an hour from when it starts to when it ends to get into the tower, deal with whatever's in there, and then get back.
All right.
So, with that in mind, I'm going to put you all onto this map. Good.
On a map.
Let us roll initiative as we begin a skills challenge.
Dun, dun, dun.
And here, I'll put us onto the map thing for a moment. I'm covering the other party with the initiative tracker.
I do not have access to my character token.
Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that would be
This-
why.
This entire time, I was like, "There's no way that this is her," and now
That's
I'm even
me.
more so like, I don't know if that's how I've been envisioning her.
These are purely placeholders.
That's what I
Cassandra-
thought. Okay.
Cassandra, you clicked on yourself,
There we go.
not on the...
There are other ones I can't see them.
They're in the Magiscard ones on the map.
Hello. Oh my god, I look great.
So true.
Give me
Dude,
The
you
funniest part about it is that she did it from refurb.
So, there we go. There it is.
Unique.
Herb.
refurb. Alright, well, we'll keep that one for now. Descending. Alright, so
There we go. Oops.
as you can see, the order is going to be Veronique, Refurb, Gwen, and then Beatrix at the rear. The Admiral signals for the testing to start, and as the whirling blaze begin to come up into smoke and dust is kicked up, what would you like to do, Veronique? You guys are currently still outside. You are basically at the base of the first ship, and you need to make your way towards the tower and get in there. So, what would you like to do?
You can do it.
Yeah, I suppose I can. I honestly don't know if I can do much other than just stand by and be ready to act.
Well, I mean, you have,
We have to move.
several skills available to you.
You know what? That's actually fair. I've literally never used diplomacy on links. Can I use diplomacy to administer orders to people?
Yeah.
Oof.
Make me
Oof.
a diplomacy check to like get things going. You see like a couple of ships are kind of straggling, and there's a couple like people running around like kind of like with their chickens with their heads cut off. So yeah, make me a diplomacy check to see if you can get some people into working order. 36, that's a success. Yeah, Veronique, you bark some orders at some people, and they go and they get those airships kicking up dust.
Bark? Sir, I would never. There is a bit of a commanding tone to get people to shut the fuck up and stop moving.
Fair.
But she does whip out a little pen, like twirls it in her fingers, and gets to work on clipboard. And starts to denote orders to people in order to make things more efficient.
Nice. Alrighty. Refurb, you're up.
I don't know if this will help my role at all, but I'm going to use my pick up the pace feat
Mm-hmm.
and my athletics check to get us through all this chaos faster.
Hustling is
So
a valid
true.
option. Make me an athletics check.
Woo!
Hustle. Oh,
Oh,
Ooh, how
Would you
bad
like
is
to
it?
use a hero
it's
point?
a critical failure.
Yes, I would like to use a hero point.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I refuse to settle with that. If it would load, I could make there it is. Athletics.
better than a crit
Better.
fail.
Yay!
Well, 29 is actually a success for this challenge.
Yay!
Nice.
You managed to basically get moving, even in the dust. You managed to get everyone keeping up a pretty good pace. It's at this point you guys make it to the tower. Gwen, you're up.
All up in my joints.
If we are at the tower, then I do believe I need a thievery check to open the door.
Go for it.
I'm assuming it's locked.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, 31. You take a few moments. You go click, click, clank, click, and the door just unlocks and swings open. And inside there's a break room. It's completely empty. And then another door that appears to be open with a set of stairs going up. It's like a lighthouse.
Nice.
You guys make your way up the tower into like the central control area. And Beatrix, you are up.
Well, are we faced with any machinery? Any
There is
devices?
several bits of Magitech machinery here.
Is this
You-
the perfect turn order?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah.
So Beatrice just kind of looks around and then just cracks her neck, cracks the knuckles. Time to get to work.
Okay.
I'm going to try and do a crafting check to do what we came here to do.
Make me a crafting check.
Oof.
28
Oof.
is a failure. Do you want to use a hero?
Natural. I'm going to use a hero point because that's a natural 4.
You
Come
got
on,
it.
come on. Where's
You got this.
38?
Wow.
There we go. That's a success. B, you managed to begin. You get the consoles open, and you manage to get them starting to work. It's at that moment that Veronique, from above you, you can hear footsteps. What would you like to do?
That is a good question. Shit, I don't really have any good feats for adjusting to that. Hold on.
Do we not all have
I will say
silenced
the
pistols?
thing above you, the way that they will get in is like a door that's like a submarine door, so it's like a turny handle door.
Hmm. Damn it. Well, now I actually don't think I have much able to like cope with that. Can I try casting electric arc on the door to melt the?
Yeah, make
The
me
handle?
You're a cleric, so make me a religion check for that.
Sure.
29. That's
Not a
success.
very good
Yeah.
cleric.
You managed to seal, calling upon Callistra's ability. You managed to seal the door, and they kind of hear that. Refurb, you're up.
Let's see. I want to intimidate the door to make it stay closed.
Stay closed, motherfucker.
I don't think you could intimidate the door.
If a building can have a reflex save,
We're going to demoralize this building.
That
I,
building,
too, have
that
been holding
building
on
was
to the
a
rage of
was
that
a magical
occurrence.
construct. I would let Refurb like make some like noises that might scare them away, like machinery.
I
on the
like
building.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boop.
That's a success, yeah. The guards above the footsteps begin moving away, and we go to Gwen. B has opened up the panels and begun work. What would you like to do?
Gosh.
Keeping in mind the goals that you
shit.
set up was to sabotage the field temporarily and to create some sort of triggerable sabotage.
Well, wasn't the idea essentially to slide in a thing, like a sabotage that would only become apparent if they tried to use the device later?
Yes.
Like nothing like we're not going to smash a console, but we're going to cut an important wire so that when someone pulls a lever, nothing happens.
Could I use stealth to do something sneaky like cutting the right wire?
Well, that'd be more of a thievery, but yeah.
I did thievery last round.
That's fine. For Pathfinder skills challenges, you can reuse the skills.
Or at least in this one.
At least in
Sure.
this one, because it's very specific. It's more of
I
a
mean-
quick time event.
Don't look a gift Adelon in the mouth.
Yep.
38.
38 success. Yeah, you managed to cut the right wire to basically trigger that. And we come to Beatrix as you're able to basically get the work finished up. You got to finish up the work that was resealed.
I consider myself more of a person of learning and of science, but sometimes I like to stand and pray to a thing I like to call chat for some points that might be used for important moments, just in
Yeah,
case.
I haven't heard of that god, actually.
It's kind of a newfangled religion.
Lord of Light.
That's
Him
so
always
crazy.
plays to Desna for luck.
That's interesting. So yeah, I suppose I'm just continuing with more crafting checks, or engineering.
Engineering lore would work too.
Actually, yeah, they're both the same. So for flavor, I'll do engineering now.
Go for it.
42. That's much
a
better.
critical
Hot.
success.
God damn.
Matt,
Stinky,
with
stinky.
that,
Can I, rather than just cut a wire, take one of my little explosive things from all my inventor stuff and tie it into the wire? So this thing will now only go off when they try to pull a lever to fire the cannon. That will turn on the little explosive inside the panel.
yeah, you can powder it.
Powder's
Yeah.
dead.
That's
Dead.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with for that one. But yes, you definitely
Oh,
can do
so I'm going
that.
to kill all my
You're a
friends by
jinx.
accident?
You're a
Spoilers?
jinx.
Oh no.
But you are able to do that and get it closed up to basically make it look like no one was ever here.
I give it a little kiss.
As you guys are basically running
Me.
down the stairs, you hear fire from arcane rifles and the door falling down. It's must have been our imaginations.
The wind.
And you are all able to make it back to the illustrious safely before the test ends. You guys successfully.
Virtuous mission complete.
Da-da-da. But with that, you guys make it back, and the admiral is waiting for you in the auditorium.
The field is down. Start your attack on the reactor.
All right, we have gotten what we need done here, and they hand you the sending stone. Send you a message quickly.
Okay, I shoot a sending to Alessandra, and say, captured by Treladar in Malouts with Viatori. Safe for now. Send help. Please let Nim down easily.
So true.
See, it's Gwendolyn's fault that Alessandra lied to Nim again.
I just said, let her down easy, not lie directly to her face. There's a big difference.
But yeah, so you're able to send that. And yeah, after a few moments, the Viatori kind of get a little bit more condensed, and everyone's around here together. And now it's just become a waiting game.
No.
Alessandra never responded because she couldn't at the time.
Wah wah.
She
I
had a
did.
Nim and a Garl in front of her.
No,
Oh.
she wouldn't have, because it's only been a day, and it took us 3 days to get back from the Opal Empire. We were down there underground for a number of days because we failed the ritual the first time.
Doing math. You were down there for that, Duple.
Uh-oh.
Yes, but she was captured. The ship took longer than that to get her to. Like, from the Opal Empire to where you guys are, it took a few days.
Okay.
Like, if you
I'll
look
buy
at
it.
the map, there's, like, literally, like, 6 inches of water.
Ugh, a man that knows what 6 inches looks like.
The only reason I bring it up is because you said that I got a sending from Nim earlier today, and then waited 5 hours.
I'm funny.
Yeah, because Nim sent one when they were back in the shadow, out in the material plane, right?
Not when she was back at home base, but there was
I
one.
might have then had my notes wrong, but
I would say 2 days before she made it back to Izzle.
okay. So then in that case, you would have had it. You would have had it while you were still in the water, and you would have just gone. And this would have been the message she sent to Elisandra.
Okay. All right.
That's how the timeline is matching up. I just messed up. I clearly messed up my notes at the time. That's my bad.
In fairness, there were a couple of days that were like, you spend the whole day resting, that
Yeah.
were just there and would have been easily not looked at in notes.
But
Like that, like I wouldn't have written it down, honestly.
but
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That wasn't a dig.
it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. I'm the incompetent one.
You're
but-
not incompetent. I know I'm not trying to make fun of you on your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
But
Here, I'll make it better.
as you are all basically doing that, and the admiral is kind of like standing, and there's like a sigh of relief. Is at that moment that there is a very large and very loud pounding at the door, like a boom, boom, boom.
I tuck and roll and hide.
Okay.
We're changing.
All right. Yep. And then the door opens after a short time, and several platoons, like there's like 15 soldiers that enter this room, weapons drawn,
kinda what I was
like
afraid of.
like a thing. Base lead entering. Base lead entering. Base lead entering. And coming into this room, in what appears to be a luxurious, multicolored robe, is a goblin.
Oh.
Oh my!
I was expecting one of Nim's parents.
So was I. So was I.
Wow.
Is it a gear gob?
Hmm?
Oh wait, no, not gear gob. Gear gob's the other campaign. The ones for the go karts and
No,
They
it's
just
not a
happened to
Gob
be here.
Squad member.
The Gob Squad
The
did a
God
heel turn.
Squad have not become members of the Treladelian war machine.
good for
Not
them.
yet, anyway.
I will say the Gob Squad is in Lionberg when you guys go to Lutania. Party with Gobs. But, no, this is clearly a mage who has mastered several types of magic. It is a goblin. Their ears are, like, perked up. They have, like, these, like, small, like, very tiny reading glasses on. They're holding a book in one hand and a, what appears to be a arcane slate in the other. Basically an iPad.
Disgusting. I love it.
iPad kid.
Yeah, and they're like a turtleneck robe, so it's like Goblin Steve Jobs. But coming into this room is this goblin. Viatori, Viatori, Viatori. Did you not think that we were monitoring our stations whilst we were away?
I'm not sure what this is relevant to.
I do apologize. It appears as though we were not clear enough. You are people who are under our protection right now. And such ungifted people should be thankful to be under the protection of such powerful mages such as ourselves. Were it not for us and our barriers, you would be put upon by the creatures of Magiscard Wastes.
Garl feels insulted somewhere.
But it is fine. I know this is simply a misstep on your part, and you will be quite remiss to attempt any other means of escape.
I'll raise my hand.
Oh boy.
Yes, automaton.
You said we were under the protection, yet you used the term escape. This makes no sense to me.
Well, you
Are
see,
we trapped or free?
you
Contradictory.
are trapped, but you are under our protection.
Does not compute.
I am not the mages from Divinus. I do not commit war crimes so lightheartedly.
So you admit it's a war crime?
They kind of like put their pad, they open like an extra dimensional space and drop it in. I admit that some of the things I do may be considered as such, but when you're the victor, no one really cares. Now,
Ooh.
more importantly, let us come to an understanding. Should any more escape attempts be made, any other sabotage be done, we will retaliate and also no longer protect you from the dangers of the wastes. But I'm not one to make empty threats. So, allow me to take my leave. And they open up basically a dimension door. This appears to be a slightly more advanced version. They do it with the slate instead of like with a spell slot. And as they and the soldiers walk through, I myself would be remiss to harm any of you, but if I leave the door open, anything that walks through, well, that wouldn't be my fault. And he steps out, and as he does so, a number of creatures step through the portal, all obviously undead, and some of them in Viatori garb.
Feels
And
bad, man.
As the people, as the
Oh.
Viatori who like were staying in this room, kind of shriek in terror and run off to the sides and like get into like defensive positions. And as these undead creatures claw their way through these portals, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Foolproof.
His
So,
logic was gone.
thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of League of Amazing Adventurers. Don't forget to check out our many other shows, like the Calling Chronicle on Friday, the Strength of Thousands AP on Mondays, and be sure to tune in next week to see the exciting continuation of this Magiscard Waste arc.
Yay!
Otherwise, don't forget, bonus stream on Saturday. We're going to be playing some Among Us.
Sus.
Yes, we're going to be playing some
Sus.
Among Us with the cast, so come check that out, hang out with us. It should be a good time, and I'm sure none of the players will kill me or try to murder me out of spite. But we'll find
I
out.
would never.
I don't know why you would think that, Will.
On your birthday? Of course not.
All right, but everyone, thank you so much for coming down. Don't forget to check out other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye!
Happy birthday, Will!
Bye, everyone.
Happy birthday,
Bye.